Welcome, everyone, to my show. Today we have kind of a doozy. I'm not sure how many of you guys are on Twitter. Obviously, those that are watching from Twitter are on here. However, there has been a lot of videos going around about Haiti and how they are all a bunch of cannibals and they're going to come to the United States. They just let everyone out of prison and they're going to come here. They're going to go to Miami and they are going to invade and kill people and eat them, right? So that's been like the whole entire hoopla going around for the past couple of days. Well, and there are some really big accounts that have gone super viral, and I'm going to show you some of examples of it. I'm not knocking on them. However, I want truth, and on this channel, we seek truth. We look at the history of things and what is actually going on in the world and what does it really mean. Is Haiti really just a bunch of ruthless people, or is there just a little bit more to their story? So first of all, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to welcome chat. Everyone, welcome here. Julian, Unlucky Irish. And then I need to pull up, hold on one sec. Anyone who is in Twitter/X, if you want to chat, have any questions, anything more to add to the conversation, feel free to do so. I'm also streaming live on YouTube for a while. After a while, I am going to, probably 30 minutes, I'm going to end the stream on YouTube and just be on X and on Rumble because there's topics I need to talk about and things I need to say that I don't want to have to censor my words or use different words to fill in the gap. I want to be able to speak freely. All right, so first of all, I'm going to show you some examples of posts that have been going around, and I will be honest, I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is a thing. Like I bought it hook, line, and sinker. And then, I'm like, let's do a little bit of digging. So I go to my trusted news sources on YouTube, which is Redacted. They are really good at sourcing their sources and bring on really intelligent people that know how to explain things or have actually been there, that's been on the ground. Real investigative journalism. And I am going to say this right now. Anyone on Twitter who's supposedly independent, that's, against the mainstream media, if you're going to source the New York Times or source the people who we're trying to get away from, I'm going to not think you're credible anymore. It can't be credible. I don't trust them. And they're starting to become what's called MAM, which is mainstream alternative media. So there are all these people who profess to be against mainstream media, yet they use these sources from mainstream media to get millions of clicks, which is great. I'm glad their account's doing well. I think it's dishonest, but it works for them from what they say. So just be careful with who you get your information from. Just because they have 5 million likes or clicks or comments doesn't mean that the story is true. Hold on. I had this all pulled up and then I clicked on the wrong thing. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome Wednesday. I'm pretty amped about the stuff that's going on, obviously. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Hopefully, guys, you are going to, if you can't see what's on here, then please let me know. So I'm going to give examples, first of all, of what's out there. I've put them all into a list so you can kind of see what it is. So here we have from Tim Pool, who is pretty active on, he's got lots of followers on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, whatnot. Papa Doc. I heard about Papa Doc. I'm trying to think who that is. Where did I see that today? If you have a link for it, DM me. All right, so Tim Pool today. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can. I'll just read it. We should invade Haiti. Well, it kind of to me feels like we're already in Haiti. We've been there for a long time. People don't realize it that we are part of the problem down there. And then we have End Wokeness. That this is actually kind of a funny video, to be honest. Let's pop this out.
Thanks. Well, okay.
Let's make that big. There we go. If you can't hear the sound, please let me know. Let's turn that up more. And this is going to be kind of a fun chat. So if you guys have comments, I'm going to stop more than normal to interact with you. Not so serious teaching. Hi, Brimstone. How are you? Yes, we are definitely not making it better. Okay, here we go. Let's push play.
Thanks. Well, okay. All right. Okay. Maybe I'll take this off right now and then... Okay.
Hi, Fifi.
Just thank you. All right. Okay. Thank you.
So let's give you some background. Supposedly, this is a CNN reporter who actually went to Haiti and was doing some interviews of some supposed cannibals. They may be, I don't know. I haven't been able to validate it or not. So you can do your own research on it. That's the premise of this video.
Why are people on that side of the river so afraid of the Agori? I see. Why do...
Okay, I didn't realize you can't hear what they're saying. Do you need me to read the caption for you? Push pause and read it, or are you guys good?
Feel like this may have been a mistake. Maybe we just, like, somebody distracts him and then I just leave.
Let's see where it goes.
We can be polite. I can be very polite about it.
Does it feel like there's double sound? I think there might be double sound coming out. Did that work okay for you guys? You can hear? Score. That's awesome. Okay, so that's a video. He's there. He's interviewing these supposed cannibals, and he's really, really nervous about it. I don't know when this video was put out. It was actually, I think, End Wokeness. So End Wokeness posted that, and it was reposted. I don't know how many times. It's got over 1,000 comments. And then we have Libs of TikTok, Haitian cannibal gangs. Let's pop that out. If I click on it, I want to figure out how I can just pop out just the chat. I don't know if this is just a video. Let's see what this has to say. I don't think I watched this video. But here's a General Richardson. Let's see what she has to say. Then we'll read the comment. So this is from Libs of TikTok.
So what's the difference between Haiti and a failed state? It's telling, right? We can't really identify them because the gangs are in charge. The government has been thrown out. And as a Florida man, I'm deeply concerned about this wave of people that we're about to have, that we are having, coming from Haiti, and it will accelerate because I've gone to Opelika and I've spent time with the folks that are engaged in Operation Vigilant Sentry, and they say the number one push factor that drives these Haitians into Broward County, Palm Beach County, where they don't disperse throughout the country, they stay in Southeast Florida, that driving factor is the deterioration of conditions in Haiti. So what are we doing to prepare for that wave and to ensure that these people are not paroled into the United States as the administration has done with people on the southern border, but instead are repatriated back at the dock at Port-au-Prince?
Go ahead. Okay, so right now, do you guys see what's going on? Right now, there is this fear porn. Haiti, all these prisoners are going to escape Haiti and they're going to come here to the United States and they're going to take over Florida. The fact that Matt Gaetz is the previous Haitian leader, oh, yeah, we're going to talk about him. So they're going to come here into the United States and they let all these people out of prison. They didn't let that many people out of prison. I listened to a space, I think it was like 3 or 4 hours long. I was actually hoping that it would end soon enough so that I actually invited one guy that knew tons of history. His name's Patrick, and hopefully I'll have him on a show soon. I was like last minute tonight, hour before showtime, hey, I'm doing this show. Can you come on? He tried. He wasn't available. So anyway, um, he's saying a completely different narrative. There was some that were released, but not 400 or thousands like they are saying that are just going to come here to the United States. So we'll watch more of this, and then we're going to go into the history of Haiti, a quick history, and then have a documentary that is amazing.
Congressman, we're doing a number of things to ensure that we're keeping track of the situation and we're prepared. At the moment, we have not yet seen large numbers, what we would characterize as a maritime mass migration, but we are alert to that.
Mass migration, though.
We are alert to that possibility. I think you're right that the driving conditions in Haiti could very well press more people. So we've recently approved some additional assistance that we can provide to the Coast Guard. I think that has now fully been approved. We'll be providing notifications if we haven't already to provide additional shipboard assistance.
Because I've talked to the Coast Guard, and what they say would really support them would be more naval vessels, would be DOD support. And because I think you correctly said that there is an anticipated mass migration here, there are specific legal authorities that we can access that I would implore you to access. Specifically, George W. Bush signed Executive Order 13276. And in that executive order, there is the ability for any president to designate an anticipated mass migration and then get gray hull naval vessels into the Straits of Florida to deter that migration and then to repatriate those people before they get to Florida.
I wasn't aware that maybe I've missed some things. I didn't realize that Gaetz was that much of a war hawk. Like everything that's going on, they've been wanting to invade Haiti forever. Since the beginning of time, there's always been civil unrest there. They've had times of peace. And then there comes times where the United States goes in there and they do things to the government that derails it. But let's watch a couple more of these things. So that was Libs of TikTok. So that was Charlie Kirk, actually. DOD officials testified before the House Armed Service Committee that the Biden administration is anticipating mass migration from Haiti into the U.S. via Florida. That sounds like a lot of fear stuff. Let's just call it what it is, fear porn. It's a lot of trying to make people afraid. They're trying to get the U.S. citizens used. They're getting us that idea in our head that we're going to go in and we're going to infiltrate Haiti. All right, so let's go to our next one. All right, so this picture here, I don't even think that this is supposedly the gang leader. I'm going to read the caption first and then I'll pop his picture up. But it says, Barbecue is now the current leader of Haiti. Haitian Prime Minister resigned as gang leader. Barbecue steps into power. All right, so let's pop him up. And from what I was able to gather from Spaces today, that this really isn't even him. This is a picture of some kind of gang leader. And when we watch our documentary, you can kind of form your own conclusion and decide for yourself. And that has... Oh, it did get a community note on there. Has over 10 million views. All right, then we have Ian Miles Chong, Haitian gang leader. Barbecue speaks and issues a warning to the world. Today, we are taking the occasion to tell the international community to give Haiti a chance, because that is happening in Haiti now. We Haitians have decided who is going to let
Thanks.
that go away.
So what's the difference between Haiti?
All right. Show more. Today, it's clear that the people who live in the shanty towns are ones who know what they are going through. It is the Haitian people who are going to take their destiny into their own hands. Haitian people will pick the person to govern. Okay, so this is not one of his original posts. This one is kind of like after the story broke. This is actually a good story. I'm not going to watch that one yet because I have others for that topic. Not because I don't think it's good. So there's just a couple of examples, guys. There's a lot more than that. I just kind of picked like the big people. So then we have this guy named Dan Cohen, who's actually been, so guys, follow Dan Cohen. He's actually been to Haiti. He has been doing investigative journalism down there on behalf of Redacted. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into Big Papa, Unlucky Irish. We're definitely going into that. Let's look in for this video. All right, so this is a sample of what we're going to be listening to. We're going to play this, and then I'm going to play a video from... Okay, guys, this is not going to be translated into English, so I am going to pause for just 1 sec and read the caption below because it's important. The people will take the streets to say, no, down with the done. I think I meant to say done with the occupation, but it says down with the occupation, all foreign forces. The time has come for the US, France, Canada to give us Haitians a chance to decide for ourselves the destiny of our country.
Canada, by nous-mêmes haïtiens chance pour c'est nous qui décider pour destin tête nous, pour destin pays nous. C'est pour
That is why in the popular neighborhoods today, the winds of consciousness and peace are blowing. Do you know how to speak this language, Unlucky Irish? Welcome, JR. How are you doing? So that's why in the popular neighborhoods today, the winds of consciousness and peace are blowing.
peut-être ça en deux quartiers populaires aujourd'hui, vent conscience là, vent la paix a soufflé et ça can
That is super cool. Lucky Irish chick. So lucky Irish chick in Rumble can speak this language. Sadly, that's not a good thing. She can speak this language, which I think is cool if you're multilingual. That's why we are beginning to triumph. In the battle we'll fight, the guns will point where they should be pointed. Against the imperialists, because we are going to fight against the oligarchs, okay? We've been covering everything from Operation Gladio. A lot of this unrest really happened after 1957. So think of Operation Gladio, everything that was into place. Right after this video, I'm going to give a brief history of Haiti. And then we're going to watch a documentary and take questions. We are going to fight against the assassins in the government. And we're going to fight against the West that thinks it can impose Ariel Henry on us. So what's happening kind of is, I should do the history first, guys. Let me pull this down. Then this will make a lot more sense. Let's just do this real quick. This is just a brief history. And it's just an overview. There is a lot more detail to it. But everything that we're doing will make a lot more sense. And in my opinion, every single person that has jumped on this clickbait, I'm going to get lots of impressions bandwagon, is aiding the government, the Biden administration, and is aiding mainstream media along with globalists in this idea of going into a country and going in there because there is lots of gold there. Lots and lots and lots of gold there. $200 billion of gold was discovered in 2012. Okay, who was our Secretary of State during that time period? Mrs. Clinton. Okay, but let's go back even further than that in history. We are going to go back to 1915. So before then, they're actually, they had some, like I said, they had some civil unrest. Before 1915, however, there was a period of time where they actually had some peace. They were thriving and they were doing pretty good. But in 1915, the United States has intervened in politics in Haiti. The National Security Bank of New York convinced the President of the United States, Woodrow Wilson, to take control of Haiti's political and financial interests. Okay, let's go back to 1913. What happened in 1913? Woodrow Wilson created or signed into law the Federal Reserve, central banking system, right? And different tax laws came into effect, and it allowed them to start printing money. So they now can go and they can print money. So why do they want to go into Haiti? Well, let's do just a quick breakdown of who the owner of the Bank of the United States was. Founded by Joseph S. Marcus in 1913 at 77 Delancey Street in New York City. And it said it was a bank that failed in 1931. And the reason I'll tell you why in a minute. The bank run on its... That's not... Where did that thing go? Anyway, that wasn't everything. I didn't copy it right. Hold on, one sec. I've got it right here. Let's just read right here. All right. Let's go back one tab. All right, so the founder, Joseph S. Marcus, was a Jewish immigrant to the United States, born in Tels, Brandenburg, Germany in 1862. Marcus went to school in some country that I don't really care about. So everything that I'm not talking anything against Jews. I have no idea, but I'm just giving you information, and you guys get to make whatever you want of it. You can connect whatever dots you want to connect, but that is the history of the bank. And up until 1915, the Haitians were starting to have some peace. They were starting to prosper. So why is there interest in Haiti right now? Why? Well, they discovered $200 billion worth of gold found in Haiti. Barbecue is seen as the evil cannibal. That's what everyone is portraying him, the evil cannibal. This is not the case. From what I've done, the research I've done, he is an ex-cop that is trying to bring order to Haiti. And when he says by bring order to Haiti, he is fighting the oligarchs. Who are the oligarchs? They're the exact same thing as the elites. They just use oligarch. It's the same thing. The elites who go in there, they put into place their own policies. They control the banking system, the financial system, and they control the people. So the invasion, right now, currently, the people of Haiti want a revolution. This gang leader, so gang would be described in our country right now as a militia. And I'm not saying that he hasn't done bad things. I'm sure that he's killed people. He said that he will kill people. His goal is to remove the oligarchs and to get the United States, Canada, Britain, all those countries out and stop meddling. Let them prosper. Let them grow. So the invasion took place in 1915, following years of social economic instability, which there was some. During the U.S. occupation, Haiti had 3 presidents. While the U.S. military ruled by martial law, The United States used forced labor to build infrastructure, which resulted in hundreds of thousands of deaths. In 1931, President Roosevelt ended the occupation. Last contingent of Marines left in 1934. The migration issue. Sorry, someone knocked at my door. They found 10,000 slaves and prisoners hidden in Haiti like 5 years ago. I did not know that, but I do believe that that stuff is still going on 100%. Yes, this is us. Welcome, the Mean Machine Radio Show and Traveling Fools. I totally believe that. Haiti was the first country to have a successful slave revolt. They were the first country to be successful. They pride themselves on that. So in 1931, President Roosevelt ended the occupation, which I'm kind of surprised because he did not do a lot of very good things. The last contingent of Marines left in 1934. So right now, the Haitians coming to the United States at this current time is due to violence and poverty. Why is there violence and poverty? Well, we're going to watch some different videos. We're going to watch a video from, first, Alex Jones. He touched on this a little bit. The lady who is giving him information isn't all the way, I don't think she knows everything. I think she's making a lot of assumptions. But just the same, the information is important as to who is involved and why. And the biggest thing is that anytime that there's a country that has natural resources, a lot of natural resources, what do? Or the CIA or whoever, what do? They send in left behind soldiers, or they hire private militias to go into that country to cause unrest with rival gangs. I'm going to pull this up really quickly. I got to fast forward because he repeats himself. Let's see,
what
this
you have
is
to
a good
say.
spot. Let's pop this out. Let's bring in us some Alex Jones. Here we go.
G'day guys, thanks for having me on. You see a little bit, a number of years ago, I was involved with an NGO based out of India that has a couple of campuses around the world.
Okay, the key word there, guys, was NGO.
Kenya and Haiti. And so actually I was heavily involved with things happening in Haiti when the proverbial hit the fan there. And I just want to give a little bit of the history because I think that a lot of people are missing what the key element is in Haiti. In 2012, there was a discovery of gold in Haiti to the tune of $20 billion. That's worth about $30 billion of gold in today's terms. So in December 2012, a company called VCS got one of the first gold mining permits. There were two that were issued. Now, the thing about VCS is that they had a very special advisor. What was the name of the advisor? Tony Rodham.
Tony Rodham. Who is Tony Rodham? Does anyone in chat take a guess who he is? Take just one little guess.
Let me say that again. Tony Rodham. Yes, it is the brother of Hillary Clinton. He is the advisor for the gold in Haiti. And that's when everything hit the...
So I pulled up a picture here. It says gold, Haiti eyes, potential. Oh my gosh, I got that. It says 20. I said 200 million, didn't I? Or did I say 200 billion? 200 billion bonanza. Its capital is blighted with earthquake, rubble. So that was the big thing, guys. Their country was starting to be successful again. And then there's this earthquake that takes place in Haiti. We all know about this. Hillary, along with all of her NGOs, with George Soros, goes down to Haiti to supposedly do all of this great, amazing stuff. And yes, you're right, Traveling Fools, Hillary Clinton, you win. So supposedly they were supposed to do all this stuff. During President Trump's running in 2020, no, in 2016, reporters from Haiti were begging Trump to ask Hillary Clinton where all of that money came from. Where did it come from? Or where did it go? We know you raised all this money. You built very little infrastructure. Lots of children went missing during that time period. I know of reporters who disappeared. I don't know how they did or where they're at or if they're in protection somewhere, but they're gone. So there's a lot of scandal since 2012 and from this earthquake.
The fan, the Senate, the Haitian Senate tried to block the gold mining permits because they saw it as an environmental disaster. Now, Alex already alluded to this earlier in the program when he was describing the island and the difference between the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Haiti has an environmental disaster. That's why we were there. We teach people permaculture, reforest. We're old school. We're not like Bill Gates cutting down trees and burying them. We taught people how to plant trees, raise their water tables, get food, get off the grid, get away from the field.
And by the way, ma'am, just interrupt you.
Okay, so he's pulling up sources. So he's fact checking her in real time with her sources, and he's pulling them up right now. Cyanidation. What is cyanidation? Sing. I saw a really bad video, Unlucky Irish. I should have pulled that one up. There was a Haitian woman that was going off on mulattoes and white people and just wishing death on them. It was awful. So I probably don't want to play it on here, but it's like, I just forget that type of hate exists around the world. I was very naive for a lot of years.
I'm going to let you continue on. Everything you're saying, we're pulling up Washington Times, New York Times, Washington Post. Everything you're saying, I remembered it, but you reminded me. Everything you're saying, we're putting on screen. Role of Hillary Clinton's brother in Haiti, gold mine raises eyebrows. The 20 billion found. Please continue.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And so, that's when everything started really hitting the fan, and we've seen nothing but absolute chaos in regard to, who's in charge in Haiti. And that's why you're seeing these overthrows of government. Now, I haven't been so involved since I moved back to the US. I've been involved with other things, so I've kind of lost a little bit of the storyline. So, whether this guy Barbecue is a front man for destabilization because the Clintons want to stay involved, is it just, the man behind the curtain? I don't know what the situation is there now, but all I can tell you is that as long as there is gold in the ground in Haiti, this is going to continue because whoever controls Haiti gets their fingers in the pie for the gold. And that's what it's all over.
Absolutely.
So whoever controls Haiti gets to control their pie. The Biden administration has been trying to take control. Their last president that they had the last two were installed by the U.S. government. They installed two presidents that were going to go along with everything that they wanted to do. And what happened was, so let me give you the background story. So the last president, if I'm correct, Lucky Irish Papa, he left to go to another country to sign a contract to bring private military group. So it would be like the Left Behind soldiers or a color guard type thing. So he went and found someone that would contract soldiers to him, and then he was going to come back to Haiti. Well, what happened was this group of people surrounded the airport and was preventing this last president to come back into Haiti because he was destroying everything. It was his policies, his funding, everything. He was killing people. It just was not a good situation. So that was the supposed overthrow of the government. And he is in hiding where is he hiding? He's in hiding somewhere. Anyway, so that's kind of like the background story of the overthrow. And we're going to actually watch a video from Redacted as well that I have queued up.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's why this is so amazing. It's all our resources grab. The IMF World Bank gets control of the Clinton Foundation. They get all the aid money. They cut off all the infrastructure, collapse it by design so that they can then come in and extract all the resources, just like in the Congo with the rare earth minerals. Incredible point. Thank you. How do people find you on X?
Rad underscore on X. I also do a weekly world news.
Okay, so that is that movie. So I had that other video that's from Cohen, but I'm gonna play the redacted one first, and then I'm gonna skip that 2-minute part, and then we're gonna just go straight into the other documentary if you guys feel like we need to still. All right. What do you guys think? Is this crazy? Like everything that I've seen on here today, weird coincidence. Yeah, I saw a short thing about gold mining in Chile earlier today, and it was talking about all the pollution from the mining and mentioned cyanide also. Yeah, are you guys like talking about cyanide that like you would take your life with or that you'd kill someone with? That's interesting. Let's pull this down. Give me one sec, guys. Just so you guys know, I do not have a producer. I do all of this myself, so I'm going to try not to have any. Let's see, where did I accidentally close my YouTube window? Oh no, it's right here, ready to go. So this is a interview that they did with Dan Cohen on Redacted. Redacted is one of the places I get a lot of my information from first. They've been covering this story for a couple of years. Hi, Tammy, welcome. They've been covering this story for a couple of years. Dan's gone in there several different times, interviewing the people and finding out all kinds of information, boots on the ground. So after everyone was going nuts on Twitter, Redacted had Dan come on their show, and he's very intelligent, he's very educated, and knows what's going on. So let's start right. Let's see, we can go 30 seconds back. I want to get past this commercial. All right, let's just start right here. We're going to get the end of their ad, which they might as well get credit for it because
during COVID and during lockdowns. So again, go to twc.health/redacted. Are cannibal Haitian gangs about to invade the United States coming up through Florida? Individuals like Tim Pool have called for the invasion of Haiti this afternoon. The former president, the unelected president of Haiti, is now gone. Ariel Henry is barbecue. Jimmy Cherizier, the new leader of Haiti. There's a lot of propaganda and fake news floating around about Haiti from people that have never been to Haiti, from people that don't know anything about Haiti and are reading propaganda online. But someone who just got back from Haiti and has been covering it extensively is Dan Cohen from Uncaptured Media, longtime friend of the show, and of course done an entire documentary about Haiti. So there's no one I trust more to ask questions about the truth about what's actually going on there than Dan Cohen. Dan, great to have you back here on the show.
Great to be with you, Clayton.
So you've been getting a lot of sleepless nights trying to bat down a lot of the garbage that's been floating around online. Let's just take, first of all, the story about cannibals. I've seen this headline carried around the world that the gangs that we talked about last week here on the show, the gangs that we talked about here last week on the show that were released from prison are somehow cannibals because of some video footage that's emerged, and now they're about to invade the United States. Let's take that piece first, and then let's talk about the presidency, the prime minister relationship in Haiti.
Yeah, so this narrative of cannibals in Haiti has been seeded by these tabloid magazines in the US and UK, the Daily Express, which are just straight up, they're like gossip magazines. And those were instantly picked up by some of the biggest influencers on X, formerly known as Twitter, who in the era of Elon Musk's ownership of the platform have become enormous. I'm talking about figures like Ian Miles Chong, talking about Chaya Raichik of Libs of TikTok, this guy Dom Lucre, I don't know if that's exactly how you say his name.
So this guy is Dan Cohen. He's an investigative journalist that, as you know, was actually in Haiti. He made a post correcting a couple different people. His post got 200,000 views. That's it, 200,000 views. And all these people who are like, oh, the cannibals are coming. They're coming to the United States. They're going to use maritime, which is just another word for saying sea. They're going to come across the ocean. So just say they're going to come across the ocean. They're going to land in Florida and they're going to come with their machetes. They're going to chop you up and they're going to have you for dinner. It is a lot of hyperbole. It's a lot of exaggeration. It's a lot. This is exactly what they want. They want us afraid. So then we're going to want to say, hey, go to the United States. They just sent Haiti 110 million, 180 million. I'll have to look that number up. They just approved a huge aid package to Haiti for a problem that we created, us, along with NATO and along with Canada and European countries.
And Elon Musk, too, is promoting this narrative. And then we saw Tim Pool call for an invasion of Haiti, as you pointed out. And none of these people have any idea what's actually going on. And it's just playing really into this old racist trope about Haitians. And, you know, I mean, really the term racism is so overused. But in this case, it's totally accurate that these Black barbarian Africans are coming with their voodoo ceremonies to now flood the United States, and so we have to send in our military to stop them. The civilized West must go in there, and so that's the narrative that really has been used over and over again, even back to the first U.S. occupation of Haiti in 1915. There were tropes about cannibalism then from even U.S. military officials, and so it's the same kind of pattern playing out again, but it's on social media. And it all goes back to a video from 2021. There's a video that went viral and of a Haitian gang member eating someone that he set on fire. And it's totally a horrific video. But suddenly this became like a part of this whole claim that there's a bunch of cannibalism going on. And people were saying, this guy Dom Lucre was saying, that's Jimmy Cherizier's cannibal gang. And it's the total opposite. The actual nasty criminals are the people that Jimmy Cherizier has been fighting against for years, as we've documented here in reports for Redacted, and then in the documentary that Haiti Liberté's Kim Ives and I did, called Another Vision.
So this video from 2021 didn't just happen over the past weeks, as a lot of the tabloid and propaganda has been pushing. But this narrative of that this prison break, it's descending into chaos, plays right into the hands of what the United States has wanted all along, which is an invasion of Haiti. As we've reported here on this show for almost 2 years now, the United States government has tried to go to Canada in order to get Canadian troops to carry an invasion into Haiti.
How about I talk into my mic and leave it muted? That was really great. So why do they want to go into Haiti? Because there's lots of gold. This is all they're planting the seeds. They're planting the ideas, and people are buying it. And it's really sad because there are some great influencers on this platform, on X, that if they were just to vet the story and put out the truth to begin with, they would still get 5 million views. They would still have lots of views because they have 1 million followers. If they just took an extra 10 minutes to do some research, don't use Google search, use a different forum to do some research to get the actual truth before you go live with a story. Because they can make a difference.
To Haiti. The United Nations, of course, took this up in United Nations special hearings on this. So there's a history of this propaganda being used to try to go into Haiti, right?
Exactly. The U.S. has been seeking to get some kind of military mission into Haiti, basically to assassinate Barbecue, Jimmy Cherizier, for years. They actually started planning this out right after the assassination of the president in July 2021. They started looking at military scenarios, and the Biden administration has tried every which way to get a military invasion in. And now what's happened is basically, since Ariel Henry, the de facto prime minister, who the US basically anointed as prime minister, he was never elected by Haitians, yet he was the prime minister for years. He left the country. He went to Kenya to sign basically an agreement
There you go, unlucky Irish chick. We're going to talk about him right now.
with the Kenyan government to send 1,000 military special force police into Haiti. And these are not, I did an investigation at Uncaptured where I showed these are actual death squads. I mean, they have a horrific history in their own country, in Kenya, of basically disappearing people, leaving them in mass graves, and that's what Biden wants to send to Haiti. So when Ariel Henry, the de facto prime minister, went to Kenya to sign this agreement, Jimmy Cherizier and the other armed groups.
I lost my thought. I was going to say something. What was I just going to say? Oh, so guys, as we've been covering Operation Gladio, and we've been covering all the different false flags that have taken place between 1969 and 1987, and all of how they would hire different armies or different groups of people to go into these countries and to disrupt the existing government. So when Italy was starting to go more communist leaning, they were so what they called the left. They were going way too far to the left, and so they would bring people in, and they would infiltrate their organization, and they would set off bombs, and they would always blame the opposite side. So the conservatives would go and they would send people into the leftist party or whatever, and they would blow up buildings, they'd blow up trains, and they were getting away with it for the most part. Well, evidence gathering and stuff got more sophisticated, and they're like, well, these bombs could only come from the United States. The military only uses this type of technology. So, so this has been this is 1969. Now go to current day, where what is that? 69. How many years later is that? Let's see. 31, 50, 55 years later. So 55 years later, do you think that these tactics went away? No, these tactics have not gone away. They're still going on. So they blame another group. So if they have some kind of a friction or some kind of a dual war going on, 56, thank you. I was pretty close in my head though, right? Pretty close. So you have these different factions of people. And say you have one people that's trying to have law and order. Well, what this guy is saying here, the leader of this gang is saying that they call him Barbecue. He wants peace. So Barbecue is saying that these NGOs and these different groups are bringing people or paying different other gangs to come in and cause pretty much false flags, causing havoc and blaming it on Barbecue. Based off of the history and the things that we've been learning about, to me, that makes it makes perfect sense. I can't prove that that's the case. That is what he is saying. All right. Sorry, got a little excited there. Here we go.
Which is living together, they went and attacked the airport. They took over the airport so Ariel Henry could not come back into the country. And so that actually forced Ariel Henry to resign. He's now in Puerto Rico under FBI protection. And the U.S. is now trying to figure out who they're going to put in or try to put in next. And they met on Monday in Jamaica, Blinken, and
ask yourself, why would a leader of another country be in Puerto Rico under FBI protection? Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, it does on a different level.
And several figures from other countries. No Haitians were allowed into the room. They were brought in to discuss who's going to be on this so-called presidential council. And the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, said explicitly that whoever is allowed into this presidential council has to be a supporter of this military invasion of Haiti. So once again, you see foreign countries, tools of the U.S., trying to dictate Haiti's future, Haiti's politics, Haiti's sovereignty. I want to show this clip. So from an interview that I'm publishing today of Jimmy Cherizier and his former rival, a guy named Toto Alexandre, who they respond to what will to the prospect of a foreign invasion. And this was actually filmed. We filmed this back in August of 2023 when this alliance of armed groups was first announced. So watch this.
Okay, that was the same video I was watching earlier. I'm going to remove myself from the screen so that's all we see. Hold on.
2004, violer ti garçon, jan soldat irigwen yo te fel, violer ti fi, violer femme. Y a fait même jan Nepalais yo bote.
Okay, I'm pushing pause just for 1 second, and it will take 30 seconds for you guys to let me know. Would you like me to read the closed captioning below for those who are on cell phone? Because I'm happy to do that. Sometimes it's like they're speaking, but what are they really saying? While you're waiting, let's see. What can we talk about? Okay, I'm going to count down. Don't hear no takers yet. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead. I haven't seen anyone answering in the chat yet, so I'm going to go ahead and read the closed captioning for those of you who are multitasking and you're on your phone and that writing is so tiny at the bottom of the screen. So I will pause every couple of seconds or a couple of lines to read it for you. So they bring cholera, which killed 20,000 Haitians. So the people coming in to, it's Creole. I don't know Creole, unlike the Irish. So these people who are supposedly going in and they're intervening and doing good stuff, well, they're bringing cholera and other diseases into the country, which has killed over 20,000 Haitians. So the UN soldiers have brought in cholera. 20,000 have been killed and 500,000 have been infected. The UN did an investigation. They know that it was the Nepalese soldiers who brought cholera here. So the Nepalese soldiers. Yeah, let's not, Julian. They never paid reparations nor acknowledged that they brought cholera to Haiti. So he's saying that these people, these soldiers from the UN that brought in this cholera should have to pay for killing people and infecting people. They came to get rid of Ariel Henry.
Si force étrangère t'a vini et sécurité t'a metté pour qui permettre que monde circuler pour la vie reprendre, nous t'a content. Force étrangère a vini pour.
If they were coming here to allow people to move about freely and be happy, the foreign forces are coming to consolidate the power of the oligarchs. Thank you, Traveling Fools. The 5% of the people who control 85% of the country's wealth. So 5% of the people, it's kind of like the United States. I think it's the top 2%. But so he's saying 5% control 85% of the country's wealth.
Force étrangère a venu pour venir consolider Ariel Henry parce que connaît le participer dans l'assassinat.
The people coming for Ariel Henry because they know that he participated in the assassination of Juvenile. Oh, remember a couple years back when the other one was assassinated? And then I can't remember this. Wasn't this in COVID? So 2021, I think. Was this 2021? Yes, I believe it was 2021 because they knew that he participated in the assassination of Juvenile. I don't know how to say his name. Moisey.
Jovenel Moïse. Et seule façon pour le parler devant la
And the only way for him to avoid being arrested and facing justice is to have the foreign forces come.
justice pour pas arrêter. C'est mener force étrangère yo vini et puis pour le faire élection pour éviter pour le mettre moun
So they can have a phony election so he can select someone that he wants so he doesn't have to face justice.
pas livrer à ce moment-là pour parler pour question la justice. Et pour être ça dans le quartier populaire au moun bel.
That's why in the popular neighborhoods, to represent Balar, I represent the revolutionary forces of the G9. So they call him a gang, right? He even says he's a gang. But try to think of it more. Try to think of it more like January 6th, or try to think of it as like our militia. Like we're allowed to have a militia. So think of it in those type of terms, and know that it's not. That if you use the word gang, then in the United States here, we think of gang as these unruly, awful people that are selling drugs, murdering people, and doing horrible things, right? So if they give them that label, then it's going to stick, right?
Bel Toto représenter Bel moi représenter force révolutionnaire Genève pas famille et aller moi tout. Et jodi an pas gen ni Genève, pas gen ni GPEP. Jodi a gen
And today, there is no G9 and no GPEP today. There is Viv Ensemble.
vivre ensemble. N'a prêté une force étrangère là, si on connaît pour venir entrer dans le quartier populaire.
We are waiting for the foreign forces. If they think they are going to come to the popular neighborhoods to shoot, massacre, and grape people,
Pour venir faire massacre, venir tirer, venir massacrer moun, venir faire cadéjac, laisse à nous-mêmes dans le quartier populaire qui est sans
then we in the popular neighborhoods who have the Disciplin's blood in our veins. Disciplin's? I don't know
saler
that
dans
term.
nous, n'a campé, n'a gommé contre jusqu'à dernier goutte sang nous.
So we will fight until our last drop of blood. And Dan, it's interesting. If you read, like even Drudge Report this afternoon has a headline of Jimmy Cherizier takes over Haiti. In fact, they link to an independent article says Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier, the former cop turned gang leader, bringing Haiti to its knees. And this is the propaganda. And I think so many on the right, they don't understand. They see these images and then they see people posting things on social media and they immediately go with the propaganda, not understanding the history of this.
Exactly. I mean, the fact is, Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier has accomplished what the demands of the overwhelming majority of Haitians was. Firstly, to get rid of Ariel Henry, this guy who was never elected, that was just anointed as prime minister. And so now he is rising in popularity, and that is some kind of threat to the United States that wants to keep Haiti actually on its knees. And so this whole mockingbird-style disinformation.
Did you catch the key words? Mocking-style misinformation campaign. It's kind of like what they want to do to the United States, guys. This is exactly what they want to do. They are making this country so unbearable with violence and all kinds of other things going on that they're going to beg. They're going to beg for a savior. They're going to beg for anyone to come in, and they're going to beg. They're going to beg these people, please save me. Yes, put anyone in as long as we don't have the murders, we don't have the grapes, we don't have the unrest. Just please, please do something about this.
Campaign ramps up through prominent figures on Twitter, through the mainstream media, all in order, especially, as you said, on the right with these so-called anti-woke accounts that are doing the wokest thing ever. They're supporting Biden's invasion of Haiti. And,
Right.
you know, one of the ironies to me, Clayton, is they keep talking about migration. There's going to be this migration, barbecue is going to come eat people, and all these Haitians are going to come eat people. The cannibals are coming to the US. And they're talking, of course, about the migration crisis, and they're playing into fears about, and people don't like migration, unchecked migration, which makes sense in a way. But the irony is that if Haiti were allowed to develop and become a prosperous country, instead of a country living on its knees and in constant chaos because of foreign interference in its own affairs, because of its lack of sovereignty, then that would actually reverse the migration flow. We wouldn't see these horrific images of boats.
He's exactly right, guys. Think about it. Think for just think for one. That's not the screen I want. Think for 1 second. If you're a United States citizen and you love this country, you love the culture, you love your surroundings, you believe in what you're doing, would you want to just go move to Haiti or to Germany or France? Would you want to leave your country? No. Why would you leave? Because it's so horrible and so miserable that you'll do anything you can to escape with your family to raise them in a safe environment. They don't have that opportunity right now. They don't want to flee. So the United States, going clear back to the Rodham Clintons, going in there and causing unrest, causing division, children going missing. And I think that they sterilized a bunch of their women as well during NATO, under what used to be called PATH. So under the PATH system, so parents, anyway, PATH, you know what PATH is. That's funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So they go in there and there's women that they have forced to have their babies' lives ended. Like they did it, and then they see it, and they wake up and they're devastated. A lot of this stuff goes on there. They have done a lot of awful things to these people. These people do not want interventionists. They don't want foreign people come to their country. They want to build a safe country, and it's going to take a lot of years to rebuild it. It can be done, but people need to stay out of their country. Let them have their culture. Let them live the life that they want to live. Okay. Whew. Not getting emotional here. Maybe a little.
Coming across to Florida, or people going through the Darien Gap, Haitians going through the Darien Gap, people would actually want to live in their country. So my message is leave Haiti alone, let it develop, let it prosper so Haitians can actually live there.
No, this is exactly what the Biden administration wants, as we've covered here on the show. They go in and they disrupt these countries like in Nicaragua and Honduras and Guatemala. And then then the Biden administration wonders, they're not even wondering, they know it's an orchestrated plan to have these individuals then flow into the United States. So without our meddling in Haiti, without our meddling in the Middle East, without our meddling in Africa, without our meddling in Latin America, these countries could become prosperous and they wouldn't want to be in the United States. And this is at the heart of this. We try to put Band-Aid solutions on it, build a wall and all of that, yes. But of course, it has to start somewhere. Imagine these people do not want to have to leave their own countries, but we go in there and destabilize it, bring cholera and an invasionary force. So I'm stunned by these accounts who are just completely uneducated about the history of Haiti and what's been going on here. So Dan, any final thoughts on this? So are we under an invasion now from Haiti by cannibal gangs?
I'm shaking in my boots here in Washington, D.C., so I hope not. But no, I mean, it's, you got to really wonder who's putting these accounts that are promoting this cannibal disinformation up to it. I don't think it doesn't feel like an organic thing. And, we all know about Operation Mockingbird.
Really?
I mean, I suspect there's a much more advanced version going on right now that even under Elon Musk's ownership of Twitter, there's all kinds of coordinated efforts to promote disinformation to advance this agenda.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
So guys, as you can see, at the end of the day, what is all of this invasion about? What is this all about? One, it's about gold, and it's about trying to control other countries. How do you get control of another country? You go in there, you bring disease, you bring chaos, and then you bring a savior in that's supposedly going to bring in peace. They're not bringing in peace. It's not working. What they're doing is not working. If we would stop invading these countries, if we would stop bringing chaos to these countries, they wouldn't want to come to the United States. They would want to stay in their own culture, with their families, with their heritage. Why would you want to? I don't want to leave the United States. I would leave the United States if I had to keep my family safe. Absolutely. At this point, I don't know where I would go. At one point, it would be Canada, but Canada has turned into some kind of a crazy WEF Soros controlled country with really odd laws that are. What else do you say? It's a dictatorship over there now, right? You know, and it's us. We are the ringleaders. The United States. We act like we're not. We sit on the back burners. We sit back and we're like, oh, we're not doing anything here. It's these other guys. We're just going to send us all our taxpayers' money, and we're going to bail you out. We're not going to bail you out. We're going to supply your government and the opposition with a bunch of weapons so you guys can sit and fight each other and destroy each other. And then we're going to come in there and we're going to sweep in and we're going to pick up the pieces, right? We're going to send Hillary Clinton and George Soros down to your country, and we're going to build hospitals. We're going to build banks. We're going to do all this stuff, which they really don't. It's a way to funnel money, in my opinion. I could be wrong. That's just my educated guess off of everything. And guys, with that being said, I am going to end this video on YouTube. So if you're watching me on YouTube, you can go over to Rumble. Talk with Sally. I don't even know my handle. Is that really bad? It's Talk with Sally on Rumble. So https://rumble.com /talk with Sally /talk. It's really long. I wish it was shorter than that. Anyway, so I am ending in 5, 4 on YouTube only, guys. // yes. I'm doing the flip. Okay, so I'm ending on YouTube only in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.